and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown Shoe Fit. Now, through October 31st, take $15 off any regular priced fall shoe and boots. Brands like Keen, Obos, Echo, Taos, and Atrex, all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale that you've all been waiting for. So get down to Brown Shoe Fit on 66th and Q. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, it's Nick. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday at 8 p.m. from Seacrest Field as Grand Island takes on Lincoln North Star. The Gators are 4-2 on the year and led by head coach James Thompson, while the Islanders are still searching for their first win of 2024. Kickoff is slated for 8 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 7:45 p.m. It's the Islanders and the Gators this Friday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
McCaffrey told me this when we was in Carolina. He was on a recruiting trip to Oregon because every team told him they was going to move him to a wide receiver except Oregon. They said, we'll keep you at running back. Well, when he was on the visit, he was walking past a coach's meeting. Frost was like, Christian thinks we're going to keep him at running back, but we're actually going to move him to wide receiver. And he opened up the door and he goes, don't worry about it. I'm not coming here. So Christian always had a problem with Frost. He never wanted Luke to come here. He said, I told you not to go play for that coach.
No way.
Yeah, true story.
From 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seating Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
right, welcome back in to, I was about to say Tick of Weeknights. Welcome in to the opening of Old School. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Yes, the guy from Tick of Weeknights. We still got Eric Strickland in here, the NBA vet, former Husker to my left, as always. And we don't got Jay. DP is in the back getting some work done. And of course, we're still setting the table because we will have Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer of Meyer's Cork and Bottle. So Strickland, I know we've been talking a lot of NFL, and I got to ask, we didn't even get to it. I have no idea. Do you have an NFL team?
I don't really have somebody that I follow. And what happened is a lot of that had to do with being a military brat. You know what I mean? So as a young kid, I lived in the middle of California, just north of Santa Barbara in a place called Lompoc. So I'm in between at that time, Raiders, San Francisco, LA, the Ram, you know what I mean? Like I'm literally in between. So that's the crazy part about it, my boy.
Absolutely. As we're sitting down here, we got the guy already. And
Uncle Kevy showed up.
I know we normally do this on the
second
segment, but
good, Uncle Kev.
Since we got Uncle Kevin here, I'll let him get set up. If you guys want to join in here, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. You can put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. If you got Allo Cable, all great ways to participate. But yeah, Strickland, as you're talking, that kind of surprised me. I don't know why, but I always figured you might be a Raiders fan of the likes of DeMornay Pearson-El.
See, yeah, that's the thing. So then I move here and still a military brat. And you're literally in the middle of Broncos, Kansas City, Minnesota.
Yeah.
All within in Chicago. Chicago's
that was the right choice, by the way.
Chicago's 8 hours, 5 Minnesota, 3.5 Kansas City. Another what is it to Denver from here? 6 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy. You think about that, right? At least that trip isn't as bad as trying to drive from, you think that if you're in Dallas, it's you're in the middle of the state. And so I remember when I was going to coach, at New Mexico Highlands, so I had to drive from Dallas going through El Paso on into New Mexico. Bruh. I felt like I was forever like stuck in doggone. It's no rush, Kevy. We're going to give you your music.
Yeah, we got the music ready. Whenever you're ready for it.
No rush.
I have so much road rage right now.
Oh, man.
I got a last-minute phone call right as I was walking out the door. And then for some reason, people in this town still don't know that you can turn right on a red light.
Oh,
and that just drives me insane.
Don't open it, Kev. We're just
we're gonna wait for the pop.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for the pop. We're just getting all set up.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm down with it.
I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and hit that music.
Kev,
you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me get it for the gram.
All right, get it for the gram real quick, and we'll hit this music.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna get Harris. Oh, wait, hold on.
Strickland, a social media savage out here, getting the work done.
All right,
let's do it.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Oh,
whoa!
Fantastic.
Whoa!
Just the three of us today. No Ellie's Alley. No Austin Orman.
No Jay Foreman.
No Jay Foreman. Just all right. That means more for us, right?
Absolutely.
More for us. And what's the drinks today? I see you got a Prati.
Yeah. So I have one of the absolute OG producers of Napa Valley, Louis Martini.
Is it a red or what?
It's a red. It's a Cabernet. This is their Sonoma property. And it is going to be featured in the next Wine Enthusiast Magazine Top 100 Wines of the World list. I believe this is wine number 36 of the top 100 wines of the world. And we have it at Meyer's, and they're still under $30. Now, let's be honest, that list is super subjective, and it can go a variety of ways depending on advertising dollars and things like that. But to get the list, I think is pretty impressive, especially when your wine is on the shelf under $30. So
what's that dark lager? Let me get it. Let me get the name. Bring it over to
this
me.
is Upslope, their new pumpkin ale.
It is that time of year.
And it's called Upslope.
It's called Upslope out of Boulder, Colorado. And, we've been doing the Oktoberfest, and I haven't done a pumpkin ale yet this year. I thought Ellie would be joining us, but she's in the booth.
Well, we can bring her on in here. If
I brought an extra can if she wants to come.
I was
join
going to
us.
say, Ellie, if you're listening, your name's being called here for us to join.
She's not listening.
She don't want no smoke.
Here she comes.
Here she comes. Thirsty Thursday.
That's right. I'm gonna get my other can of it.
But yeah, as we're saying here, definitely give Myers Cork and Bottle. Check it out. He's got the selection you just heard there. Some very fine wine for just $30. That's fantastic. Bringing in Ellie in the studio as well now to enjoy it.
Ellie gets her own can. This is Ellie's alley right now. So, are you a pumpkin spice latte girl?
You see the way she's looking at that?
I had one today.
Ooh, okay, right up your alley.
This is a pumpkin beer. It's from Upslope, and they are located out of Boulder, Colorado. What's your take?
I like it.
The face. That's a bitter beer face.
Hold on. I'm
No.
trying to. I can't just take one sip and then give my full rundown of it. You gotta let
it marinate.
gradual thing.
The facial expression and the verbal response were incongruous, as they say.
I don't hate it.
You
I don't
don't-
love it.
Really? I thought it would be up
put it in
Ellie's
the middle.
alley.
It's not a
It
patio
is.
powder.
But you're not much of a beer person, are you?
I am.
Oh.
See, we this isn't the first time we've done this. Everybody's like, "Oh, I like beer."
Yeah.
But I'm like, just hold on.
Maybe.
Oh, it's different. It's definitely got a little nutmeg.
like-
Yeah, the nutmeg. Yeah.
Pop to it.
It's like the after of it.
Yeah.
I like the first initial drink of it,
Mhm.
and then it
Kind of sneaks up behind
kind
you.
of sneaks up behind you. But I don't hate it.
I wouldn't want to drink it hot though.
No, it's got to
This
be
has gotta
cold.
be cold.
And I'm not a big pumpkin beer guy, but this is one of the better ones for me anyway. It's more of the pumpkin spice than it is the pumpkin taste.
Yeah.
And so some of that kind of clovey, nutmeggy, along with just a nice, easy drinking lager. I think it's kind of fun, and it's really kind of fall in a glass.
It's
I was
not
going to say,
bad.
I don't mind. I don't really taste the pumpkin.
Not the pumpkin. Don't
Oh,
jump
yeah.
out
Now
at
that
you.
I'm actually drinking it, it's better.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
It had to
It's actually not
acclimate.
bad.
no,
Yeah.
I don't taste like an overbearing pumpkin pie. This one's
No.
all right with me. Around a campfire in October.
Mhm.
this
Sure.
one hit just
I
right.
will never forgive Uncle Kevy for bringing in this pickle. I'm like, I told you guys a story about, I know I've shared it when I was in Thanksgiving, and this would be a great Thanksgiving beer, by the way.
Oh yeah,
No
absolutely.
Yes,
doubt.
it would. Yeah.
No doubt about it. But Thanksgiving, as a young tyke, streaky, running around, athletic, and just, ready. The food is good now. I jump in. It's spread out. Grandma's table.
You were sitting at the big person table, not the little kids table. Finally, you made the jump.
I made the jump.
He
All
probably looked like a grown man at that age.
Probably,
I was gonna
yeah.
Fact. And I'm looking at it. The macaroni is macaroning.
Mm.
The ham is it's got the little, the steam kind of come, the turkey is just, everything's fat. And then I see this little thing, this little kind of loafy looking thing that looks like Jell-O. And I cut into it.
Tell me.
And I'm thinking in my head and in my mind, there's some good Jell-O sweet. And I bit into that, and I've been shocked forever with cranberry. I can't eat cranberry. I can't do it. The cranberry,
Yeah.
I can't eat it.
So
To this day.
it was the kind that came out of the can, stayed in the shape of the can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I thought you were going to say
I-
beets there for a second. I'll be honest.
That's even
Yeah.
worse.
Beets taste like dirt,
Oh,
They do. I'm not a big
oh,
fan.
that's the
but
worst.
you put a little goat cheese on top of them, then it's like magic sauce. You can put goat cheese on anything and make it taste good.
He's a savant.
I was going to say that
He's
is
a
a
cook
savant thing to say. The goat
Mhm.
cheese is not on my radar. I'll
See,
check it out.
I will make I make some cranberry sauce that'll change your mind about cranberry sauce.
Oh God!
But you got to use the real fresh whole cranberries. And then you take a Belgian lambic, which is a Belgian ale, but it's raspberry flavored. And it tastes just like raspberries. And you boil the cranberries, the whole cranberries in the lambic beer. And then you add some sugar and you grate a little bit of lemon zest or orange zest. And as it boils, it thickens. And then it'll change your mind about cranberry sauce.
My boy.
It's legit.
I'm mentally traumatized. If I look at it, I can't smell it. No.
Scar tissue's
I'm
never
scarred.
That's all
I'm
right.
mentally scarred.
When you the theater of the eyes and the theater of the taste buds do not match, then it can be a shock to your system.
That part.
There was one time when I was a little kid, I was fishing with my uncles, and I was maybe like 3 because I still spoke with a lisp, and we were all fishing. And I went to take a drink out of my strawberry soda, and back then everybody smoked, and so they had been ashing their cigarettes into my strawberry soda or what was left of it, and I took a sip, and my uncle still tells this story to this day. This strawberry soda doesn't taste very good with cigarette butts in it. So yeah, wow. I'm assuming that was a similar experience that you had almost. Maybe not quite, but yeah, pretty close. So, Ellie, do you want to try the wine? Now, I will tell you, this is not Ellie's alley.
I'll
You'll partake?
No,
she'll pass.
I'm going to pass because
Okay.
I don't want to waste your wine.
It's not wasting, it's education. It's exposing you
But
to
I'm going
things.
to pass this one there.
All right,
Listen.
well, pass the Ducci on the right-hand
On
side.
the right
I
hand
appreciate it.
Ellie,
Absolutely.
thanks for stepping in
Yeah,
the alley.
thanks for coming in.
We're going to have to create an Ellie's alley, something for Ellie's alley.
That's a good.
Go sell it, Nick Sainer. Ellie's alley.
Go check out her show on Sundays.
Yeah.
I believe it's late in the afternoon. I want to give the official. I want to say it's 5:00. But to be sure, check out Ticket Sundays. It'll be on the schedule. Ellie does a great job.
Very good, very good. So, on to the wine. This is a Cabernet from the Louis Martini family. Louis Martini, at the age of 13, came to the United States in 1900.
Was he a king?
He was not a king. He was an Italian.
E bellissimo, e parano.
Exactly what Strick said.
Perfect
And so he came here at age 13 in the year 1900 and went back to Italy to learn winemaking. Came back when he was 19 years old, and he and his father purchased a small plot of land in the Napa Valley, and they planted vines on a hillside, which was unique then. Everyone thought you needed to plant on the valley floor. And in Italy, they very much utilized the slope of the hills because, number one, there is an adage about winemaking that the harder the vine has to work in order to survive, the more precious the fruit it bears. And a lot of times when you're in elevated country, it's also very rocky. And so it allows those grapevines to go under multiple layers of sedimentary soil. And they say each layer that it goes through, it will pick up those different nuances, creating a wine of more complexity and what they call phenols. And so they were the first to be able to do that. Then fast forward a little bit, Prohibition hits. So they're not allowed to make wine, or at least they're not allowed to sell wine under the guise that it's wine. They can sell it as medicine to a pharmacy, or they can sell it to the church for communion, but that's it. And so as soon as
it's actually pretty good. Ooh, smooth.
Top 100 wine of the world, man.
Yeah,
I think this
bro.
is wine number 36. So
smooth.
The after Prohibition, they released their first wine as soon as it was legally possible, and he was the first to list it by varietal, meaning what grape type it was. So if you go to France and you drink a Bordeaux, Bordeaux is a place. You drink a Champagne, Champagne is a place. You drink a Burgundy.
I thought it was Champagne.
Champagne. You drink a Burgundy, Burgundy is a place. So historically, with European wines, you buy the wine by the region where it comes from instead of what grape type it's made from. Louis Martini was the first to categorize the wine by the grape varietal and also put a vintage on there, and then would also put a location. So he was the first one to put 2000, or let's say, and back then it would have been 1932, I believe. So a 1932 Napa Valley Cabernet. And he also started the California Vintners Association, which then determined the rules for winemaking for California. So basically, in order to call a wine Cabernet, it only has to be 75% of the principal varietal to not list the other types. So it can actually be a fourth of Merlot or a 10% of something and 5% of something else, and you don't have to list it. Now anymore, it's popular to make a blend and just call it a red wine or a red blend. But in California, it only has to be 75% of the one grape to not have to worry about listing the others.
I'll say that. Fantastic.
It is.
And by the way, Cap, I'm always amazed by your knowledge of the history of all this stuff going into it. Like, you break it down, and yeah,
I love
great
good
selection
wine,
too,
and that's phenomenal.
This is sharp. I'm not a big wine guy, and this one,
yeah,
I can see
Smooth.
myself. I can see myself with a good steak.
What type of legs does it got on it, Kevy?
I imagine it's fairly viscous, so they'll be relatively well defined. A wine like this, there's an old saying in the wine world: "Cab in a slab." Good cut of beef and a good Cabernet.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The whole
Yeah,
becomes
this is
greater
correct.
than the sum of the parts, and so there's something about the flavors in a good cut of beef, and seasonings make a difference too. But the wine brings the flavor of the meat up a level. The meat brings the flavor of the wine up a level, and so together they
Perfect match.
are just bigger than what they came together individually. So
What is this? Is this good for a good porterhouse, for a good filet mignette, or is it good for a good New York strip?
I'm thinking like
Is
prime
it good
rib.
for? Yeah. Well, I mean, what? Talk to me. What
I
type
think any
what
of
type
them.
cut? Any of them?
Yeah. Personally, I know, a ribeye is considered a premium cut. However, I don't like my cuts that fatty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to feel like I'm eating a heart attack,
Mm-hmm.
or that I'm having to, cut around the fatty pieces in order to get to the meaty pieces. So I probably eat more tenderloin than anything else.
Okay.
And I like to get a nice cut that's almost as tall as it is round, tie it so it maintains its shape. Because sometimes what'll happen is they'll flatten out. So if you tie it around the outside, it maintains its shape. And so then you can get a nice sear on both sides, get a nice crust on the outside, but then a nice red center, or at least a pink center. And, and then you can play with all kinds of stuff. You can do a Parmesan cream sauce. You could do, but I also love a good New York strip where, you get that cross cut on there and especially when you get a nice prime cut of beef, that makes a big difference.
There it is.
It's perfect.
It is very good.
This is a big win for me. This is 2 for 2.
Oh, I missed it.
Thank you, Harrison.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are on.
What are they going for? What are they going for? Because
$28.
The
What?
wine.
Yeah, $28. And
That's a Strix pick.
it's interesting because they used to just call this their Sonoma Cabernet. Now they call it the Prati, Prati, by Louis Martini. It's a 2021 Sonoma County Cabernet. They also make a Napa version. The Napa version is about double the cost, but I don't think it's double the wine. This is not definitely not much of a drop off, and especially once you get named to that list, they usually don't last long. So if you're interested in tasting what we tried today, come on in and we'll get you fixed up. 13th and South.
There it is. 13th and South. Text line shouting in here. A lot of people saying ribeye is the way to go here for the beef choice, but nonetheless, Strick, you got anything else left to add?
No,
here?
man,
Kevin Meyer?
that's a great wine.
I
say
get
that's
it
a
with the
Strix
ribeye.
pick, for real.
It's just not my bag, but I understand why.
Fair enough.
I love some good marbling, it even in my tenderloin though. What they
really
call
good.
striations.
I would advise if you're a red drinker and you're really just looking for a smooth something that you and your wife or you and your girl or whatever would like, that is a good one because it's a good balance. Like, it's not one to where you're gonna have the frown face of your wife or girlfriend, where you as the man is you're gonna feel
I think
good
this is gonna
about being
change
able-
Deli's mind. I'll be honest.
There's some elegance.
This is a good one in there.
Yeah.
It's an elegant. Yeah, there you go. That's the like going out to a nice little dinner and having a wine like that. Premium.
Well, and the thing for me is that good wine always has balance. So it's not meant to be overpowering. The fruit and the tannins and the acid levels and the non-fruit components. So a lot of times you'll get some earthy qualities or some baking spices, things of that nature that there isn't one thing about the wine that jumps out and bites you in the face. It's a wine where it's harmonious, it's balanced, it's elegant, and this wine certainly fits all that profile.
Absolutely. And like I said, everybody's shouting out ribeye. This is good enough to where, like Kevin Meyer said, you just have beef, cut a beef. Like it's this thing.
Yeah, you do.
At least
you,
in my
man.
opinion, it's gonna work.
That's right.
With that being said, though, Kevin Meyer, one more time, where are they going to find you? Again, check out that wine.
Right on the corner
deal.
of 13th and South. Look for the neon sign.
Absolutely. Give Kevin Meyer, check him out. Always appreciate it. Him coming in here and letting us sample some of the products he's got. So go definitely give him a shout out. Check him out. Follow him on social media. Don't go anywhere, though. Old school. We'll keep it rolling here. Jay Foreman in the building. DP joining us next.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 15th is $2 off tray packaged ground beef, $2 off hot dogs, 15% off cookbooks, and buy one, get one 50% off on hardcore carnivore seasoning. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Cyber threats are everywhere. When is the last time you stopped to think about how you're protecting your business from potential data breaches, phishing scams, or ransomware? It's time to make cybersecurity a priority for your business. At Hamilton, our unmatched expertise and cutting-edge technology goes beyond basic defense, providing proactive, tailored solutions that keep your data, network, and digital assets protected. Better protection, better cybersecurity with Hamilton. Visit our website at hamiltonisbusiness.com to learn more.
If you're not advertising your business on your vehicle, you're missing out on a lot of potential clients, and it's time to change that. Automotive Solutions excels in vinyl wraps and company IDs. They offer BG services with free warranties available, and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The temperature and leaves are falling daily, so that means it's time for a new pair of shoes for the fall season from Brown Shoe Fit. Now, through October 31st, take $15 off any regular priced fall shoe and boots. Brands like Keen, Obos, Echo, Taos, and Atrex, all $15 off. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details. This is the sale that you've all been waiting for. So get down to Brown Shoe Fit on 66th and Q.
The Lincoln Stars' next 2 home games are next weekend against a pair of Iowa opponents. Join us Friday, October 11th for a 7:05 p.m. matchup with the Des Moines Buccaneers, and then again the next night, Saturday, October 12th, for a 6:05 p.m. puck drop against the Waterloo Blackhawks. October is here, and we can't wait to see you at the Icebox. Get your tickets for next weekend's games and all future home games now at LincolnStars.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with a light south breeze and an afternoon high around 88. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds and an afternoon high around 87. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the block with Strick and Austin.
Nebraska football banked 3 wins early. It had to do that. Seeing the win against Purdue, seeing the win against Northern Iowa, even Colorado, I feel like, at least for me, the wins have been secondary. I've been trying to nitpick, they have to do this better, they have to do this better. Nick, I'm in a spot now with both the Royals helping me see with the Huskers. We got to learn to love these teams for who they are. The bar has changed.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, or not Austin Orman, damn, my bad, Harrison in the building. We're the old school crew. We're coming at you on this Thirsty Thursday, a.k.a. Eric Strickland holiday. We want to thank Kevin Meyer Cork and Bottle for stopping in, bringing some good libations and obviously some great knowledge, and obviously his aura is always good. But we are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Got about 9-10 minutes. We'll dive into baseball playoffs. Obviously, we'll pick them on Thursday because I'll be calling the game or me and Nick will be calling Friday night game, North Star against Grand Island, upstart North Star Gators against Grand Island Islanders. But before, I want your opinion, DP. A little sneaky news. Look, Aaron, when he decides to fire a coach,
Is that fact at this point for you?
Oh, it's fact. First of all, I know for a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, I know their GM very well. He was like the third in command when I was in Houston, and I know I call him Brick House, Jeff Ulbrich. We played together in San Fran. Great dude. Always knew he was going to be a coach, and really, I'm excited for him. I'm not excited for him to have to coach Aaron Rodgers, but the timeline is the timeline, but when Aaron Rodgers decides to fire the coach on a sleepy, like literally in the middle of the morning, so something had to happen. It was reactionary. Something sneaky happened with the NCAA in college football. They did away with the national letter of intent, which has been around from 60 to 70 years, give or take, right? DP signed his, I signed mine. Up until now, every athlete signed theirs, and it was a big deal. Obviously, we've seen some shakeups with NIL and NLI with the quarterback in Florida, and obviously with the UNLV quarterback. But the NCAA has decided to go away with that, and it's a sneaky move. Not a sneaky move, but it should have garnered more headlines, because now we are on a fast track to employer-employee status, cutting down roster numbers, and then obviously you'll be in the revenue sharing, and then essentially NIL will be outside of it. Here's something sneaky, DP. This is what people don't understand about the national letter of intent going away. And then also, even before that, the ACT and SAT is not needed to get in, which would have been great. You didn't know that, Harris?
No, that's actually news to me. I did not realize that.
You gotta stay up, brother. Well, I'm here to inform you.
I had to take it.
Yeah. So I didn't try. Hey, listen, I had to take it, and then I had to wait, and that's the worst part. I don't know what's worse, DP, taking it or waiting to see what you got.
It's definitely the wait.
Yeah, it is the
especially
wait.
if you get the numbers you didn't want.
Yeah, I don't know how I must have. They did something wrong. I did better than I ever thought I did, and I looked at it 4 or 5 times. I ran around with that thing like I had the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, the golden ticket. But here's what I want to say, DP. When it goes away, this what possibly could happen. It won't happen much, but you will see it, I think, with a lot of big-time recruits. So just say DP is at Virginia, and you're at, let's say, Duke, and I'm said player, and I'm already committed to Virginia. Well, 2 days before, day before, hour before, Duke could come in and say, hey, look, man, we got you a nice little SUV. Somehow we just fell into an extra $20,000 a year, and we got you a card to, you'll get steak and lobster everywhere, right? You know where I'm going with this, right, DP? Because here's the thing. People don't realize Duke been paying players for a long, long time. You hear me? A long time. Them brothers was eating steak and lobster back when I was in college. So if that happens, that's the shakeup there, because there's no binding contract. So you're not going to know, who you get until pen to paper. Now, here's how you can really work around this, right? Is you do the business first. See, it used to be backwards. You sign it, and then you got to wait and see if you get your check. It could be 6-7 months. You got to get the business done first on both ends. That'll be the binding contract.
So some of the names may be changed to protect the real parties involved. But so first of all, I was a young senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't turn 18 until July.
After you graduated.
After I graduated.
Yeah.
And people still
said reclassified.
Well, that's what they were really trying to get me to do.
Yeah.
And I could have, but the whole point was I already got offers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you're already there.
Like now the offers would have changed in year 2, a year later, but I had made some verbal commitments.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And for my family, being a DC kid, Howard University offered me the opportunity to play both football and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of notoriety to go into Howard. If you're black and you go to Howard, it's a big deal.
Yeah, especially back then.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. One, because it meant that you had the academic chops, you had done the work, and then you're fully in line for all the frats and all that stuff. But then in April, I have a really good ball game with some scouts there, and folks come in and they offer, and you go to you do the sneak away visit.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak away visit. Don't tell anybody. Not really a big deal. You're not broadcasting it. It's not like it is today where everything's recorded. The coach asked me what was it gonna take, because I was the best available center fielder.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. He said, "Well, how about you try this?"
Yeah,
I got an idea for you. And yeah, that kind of became my freshman girlfriend.
That's TMI.
Listen,
Harrison,
Jay,
that's called too much information.
No, I can give more information in the good sense that nothing happened other than I met this young lady who was a cheerleader, and I was like, "Hey, what do we have here?" They didn't have this at Howard.
Dang.
Look, I told my step to Jay. It's kind of like your conversation with your dad. I call my stepdad. He was like, "Boy,
right.
let me."
Right.
Like because he picked me up. He had picked me up from the trip, so he drove to Richmond, picked me up. He goes, "Boy, let me guess, we coming back real soon."
Right. You taking the bus down next time. You know what I'm saying?
So you had to make but he made me commit to making the phone call back to Howard and saying, "Hey,
it's not gonna work out.
I'm not coming." But his thing was, I told you not to make a decision at 17. You weren't ready.
Right. Yeah.
And legally, it's not binding. So it didn't really matter what commitments. He was like, as long as they don't have my signature on paper, it don't really matter.
Yeah, it was definitely old school back then. Fax machine, you probably mailed yours in or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I think this change is now and I think all the extreme cases that we're talking about, guys flipping at the last second is no different than when you saw last minute flips with, players or recruits, right at the last second. But I think with no binding, contract, you're not going to know who you have until, the fax or the, email or whatever it is. They probably do DocuSign now, comes through. But I think the way around it, especially if they go, employer, employee, is you do the business first. Because once you do the business first and they flip, well, then now you got to give that money back. So it's just going to be flipped. And we got some good text here. Tad says, next you're going to say they don't have to take classes. Well, probably about 5-10 years. That's probably coming down to, that's going to be optional. Hey, they're going to have two leagues. There are two leagues. One where you just semi like on the way to the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the elite league, or you actually want to play high level football and you want to go to class. Unknown texter 52977 says, bingo, the demise of national letter intent is the first step in employment. Yeah, they're doing, and they're working towards it. And I don't know if the NCAA, because they had no idea that Ron was going to do what he did, that when it seems like they're coming to a lot of conclusions very, very quickly. So it lets you know the end game is going to be in the dog days of summer when people really can't dice it up, and then you're going to be like, boom, they're going to get caught, with your hand in the cookie jar. So I think it's one of those things. I just wonder who they have or what they're going to do and who they're going to have, like, per state and per university, to be able to kind of be the mediator and the realistic people or persons that can talk to the kids and, to make sure that you know what you're doing. I think the employment status is probably going to slow down the transfer portal, but then also it's going to up the expectations. And that will eliminate the pretenders that are just kind of, I call them sweatsuit and steak guys. those guys are going to be ushered out and they will be down to the lower level. And then you'll see a lot more guys from the lower level, like FCS and those schools. You start to see them start to, come up through the ranks rather quickly. So it'll definitely all work itself out. But I thought that was very interesting to talk about, considering something that's been around forever. I remember sending my fax in, and waiting to make sure it was dial up. You waiting there for 5, you sign it, you do the little pitch, for the school newspaper, and then you wait 5 minutes and then they called and say, okay, we got it. So then I knew, okay, well, now you're stuck with me now. Now you don't have to do that. You just got to say, okay, I'll be there, and everybody's got to wait, to see if you show up.
I know that there were staffs that didn't really work until you got there and signed in front of them.
Well, yeah,
and baseball's a little different in that our season ended in late April, early May.
Yeah,
you graduate in June. If you're going to play ball in college, I had to be at school in July.
In a week or so.
So there was, and that was how the work was done. And there were a lot of people who crossed streams. There were a lot of people who even then transferred.
Yeah.
Especially that was the advantage of junior college.
Yeah.
Was that it was a much clearer path to getting under scholarship than it was coming from another school.
Right.
And that still exists.
Yeah, it does.
That still exists. That it's easier for you to go from Coffeyville to Nebraska than it is for you to go from Kansas to Nebraska.
Yeah, and that, which is crazy, but it is. And a lot of kids will go to a JUCO for a year or two because of I look at it kind of a farming system for, say, like a couple coaches to kind of get your game right. Sometimes you go from a Power 5 to JUCO versus Power 5 to, like a Youngstown. I always use Youngstown State or something like that. You go to a JUCO because you'll get the work in and you'll see the pitches that you needed to come back up and potentially go somewhere. So anyways, good first segment. We'll take a quick break, come back. Another quick segment, and then we'll put everything in order at that 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, and Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
If you're not advertising your business on your vehicle, you're missing out on a lot of potential clients, and it's time to change that. Automotive Solutions excels in vinyl wraps and company IDs. They offer BG services with free warranties available, and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. 0% with roof credit.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 15th is $2 off tray packaged ground beef, $2 off hot dogs, 15% off cookbooks, and buy one, get one 50% off on hardcore carnivore seasoning. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey guys, it's Nick. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday at 8 p.m. from Seacrest Field as Grand Island takes on Lincoln North Star. The Gators are 4-2 on the year and led by head coach James Thompson, while the Islanders are still searching for their first win of 2024. Kickoff is slated for 8 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 7:45 p.m. It's the Islanders and the Gators this Friday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison. Quick segment before we get to the top of 5 o'clock hour. Once again, I want to thank Kevin Meyer Corcovato, Eastrick on his we'll call it a national holiday. I think John and Cortland asked if it was regional. No, it's national. We'll let it go national. Pick Strick, he'll go viral, in one way or other.
He'll find a way.
He'll find a way to go viral. Real quick, obviously last night the Yankees in Stanton showed that star power. They run it back tonight. It's kind of obviously winner take all.
Bob Costas continues to show his bias a little bit there.
Yeah, completely.
It's been terrible.
I know he's but he doesn't hide it though. So at least you're okay with it, right?
No, it's just like your whole job's not to do that.
But he doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give him respect for that.
Ever since he was magically on the Olympics with that terrible case of pink eye over in over that country.
Jay Foreman.
What? Did you not remember? Did you ever see his pink?
I never saw it.
Boy.
Well, I sent DP something on Instagram about somebody else getting pink eye. I think Bob Costas got it. It was actually Bob Costas. No. But anyways, all jokes aside, what do you guys think tonight about the Royals? You think they hold serve at home, force a game 5?
I think Royals will be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been good, and just in terms of not giving up any runs, I think they'll bounce back. Because what was they gave up 1 run or 2 runs in the 8th, and they pulled it out right at the end. So I'm gonna hold fast here for the Royals for Austin Orman's sake. I
think this is the Bobby Witt Jr. matching star power game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think this is the game where he, takes it to the next level. Big hit, big home run, big play in the field.
Normally, in any other situation, I would say, yeah. But this is Garrett Cole.
He's been struggling, though.
Yeah, but this is how postseason stories are written. That Cole gets them back to Yankee. Now, I think they get their hearts broken in New York City. But there's a part of me that just imagines Garrett Cole is just funky enough to get it done tonight.
You think so?
Yeah. And
I think he's lost his state. I think he's kind of like Samson. Once he took his beard off.
Lost his power.
He lost his power.
Yeah, I mean
his intimidation factor.
Yeah, I mean,
I just think Kansas City finds their way. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think they're going to find their way to figure it out.
Well, this is the 9-run battle back and forth. Weather's decent, right? Cole. I mean, I think it could come down to the bullpen. Truth be told, for both teams. But I think the 2 starters will get it done. They'll get to the 6, and then the wheels come off for somebody. And the question is who?
Yeah.
And I'm just greedy enough to want a game 5. Like I want this to go the full distance.
Yeah.
That's where
I think it goes 5, and then Yankees pull it out. I just think with that game, man, it's like Stanton was so dominant when he was with was it the Rays or was it the Rays or Miami? He was with Miami. He was so dominant, and then he came to New York, and his first couple years were good, and then it just like I remember talking to Tony Womack and asking him about Albert Pujols and just Stanton and those guys, and he's like, Jay, he's like a big guy like that. Once those legs go, it's hard for them to play 162 games, and it's been lower leg injury after low. But the one thing that he can do now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've met him before, just one time. I mean, he's a defensive end. I mean, he's a legit like. I've met Jeff Bagwell, and I just assumed that because he was more like ripped, right? I thought he was big, but he's short and he really wasn't that big. Craig Biggio looked like the librarian. I used to always make fun of him. Wagner, the lefty, was kind of short. He's like 5'9", but he had a big shoulders. But Stanton's huge, and being that big and still having really good and quick hands and extreme strength upper body, that's how he was able to golf that bad boy out of there. I mean, that's straight up a golf shot. Hammer just muscled that bad boy out of there. So he paid dividends. And that's what he's there to do, is boom or bust.
Yeah, and I like the fact, I mean, that is a nice lineup.
Yeah.
On both sides. And I just think watching playoff baseball, I tend to always want the final game. I can't get over
in the series.
Yeah,
right,
I just it is because this is the end of the baseball season.
Yeah.
And I want all the games possible. So if you tell me we can get to, 22 more games, I want all 22. I don't want it to be 14. Like, I don't need any series to end early. I need all of them to go. Yep.
Yeah, speaking of series in early, BJ in Wichita thinks Detroit closed it out today, which could be huge for the city. I agree. But we're going to take a quick break, come back top of the 5 o'clock hour, dive into some more sports. There's a ton of games this weekend. It's a great college football weekend with the slate. We'll do Pick'em today. Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 15th is $2 off tray packaged ground beef, $2 off hot dogs, 15% off cookbooks, and buy one, get one 50% off on hardcore carnivore seasoning. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Probably the best locker room entertainment ever. You know, listening to Chris.
Have you seen the Will Compton's videos before? How does that compare?
What does he say at the end of that thing? I like that part. What does he say?
He uses your go big.
Oh, that's what he uses, my go big red.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not your go big red.
Yeah.
How was that Vershawn's go big red? That's been a chant long before Vershawn.
My go big red. It's mine.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison, top of the 5 o'clock hour. We are the Old School crew coming at you live, 1040 O Street on this beautiful day. Bringing some heat. Good first 2 segments. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th Yankee Hill, 85th and Andromat, 168th and Maple. They got their Friday lunch special tomorrow. Get on the website, mercado.com, and go over there and don't be bashful on the order and the amount. Plus, you can get in the butcher shop. It's going to be a great weekend before the weather breaks next week, and it'll be in the 60s, but it'll be a great weekend to grill because the wind will supposedly be down and it won't be super hot outside. So definitely go over there and see what they got going on at the Mercado. It's definitely a big selection and also great service and great atmosphere. So DP, big weekend, big weekend. But before we dive into college football, we'll talk a little bit of NFL here. And now everybody's saying, asking, and we talked about a little bit about it yesterday. The day has passed. Everybody's thinking, okay, who's the best fit for the for the Jets? Little do they know, the Dallas Cowboys would be open next. Most likely the Los Angeles Raiders. And I always say this, there's always one sneaky firing. Not sneaky, but just surprise. Let me ask you this. Between the Jets, the Cowboys, and the Raiders, because and the Raiders maybe not because they just signed Antonio, but let's just say the Jets and the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy being a lame duck in the lame duck year this late, he's gone. What job, considering the talent, the ownership, 2 huge markets, so it's kind of a wash. Which one would you choose, and why?
It's mainly the other stuff, because the towns, Dallas and Jersey, rather than New York.
That is factual,
right?
Yeah.
That the difference in that, Jersey's advantage is that it does not have Dallas's and Vegas's owner.
Yep.
Jersey and Dallas have a media base that is so unique in finding out your blind spot and then picking at it.
Yeah. Quickly too.
Right?
Yeah.
Vegas is the one that you've got to deal with peripheral stuff, but I would imagine that you can boundary some of that from distraction.
Yeah.
And win. People have existed in Vegas in that space. So, but the weird answer is the Jets.
Yeah.
The weird answer is the Jets.
I agree with you.
That I would the two owners just would make me put a hole in the wall.
Dallas ownership is way the worst by far.
But Vegas is he's such a victim of his environment.
His environment and his dad.
Right?
Yeah.
That there are people that think they have right to and deserve right to and access to everything about the team.
Yeah.
And mind you, Jersey's got the same family issue as Vegas does. Like, listen, you're not doing like those folks in Jersey. Hey, coach, come see me.
Yeah.
And you have to do it. Like there's not. It's funny that it's reached. It used to just be hockey, Giants, Jets, but now it's reached the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Right? Where when the family calls, you got to show up.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere. So it becomes, as a coach, imagine somebody saying to you, and we've never even talked about it, but imagine a coach being told, hey, you got to play so-and-so.
In this day and time.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to play so-and-so.
Yeah.
And having that request come from the streets. And that it has enough leverage. Imagine being in Vegas and somebody goes, hey, coach, play this guy. And they give you the look.
Yeah. So-and-so's starting tomorrow, isn't he? No, he's not. Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
You just don't know it yet.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm the coach.
Nice car.
You will turn into was the coach if you don't answer or don't do it. Yeah.
I'll ask you that though. Like that's a tough one because
yeah. I mean, there's always the other factors. This is the one thing I learned about the league, and I remember talking to my agent about being going through it, and he's like, man, Jay, he's like, to be honest with you, there's stuff that happens. He's like, you'll never know because even the only people that know the answers are really the person that pulled the trigger. Everybody in the building has different views of it, and none of their opinions matter. So, there's always outside factors. I think Dallas, initially I would say New York Jets because I think their talent is really good. But then part of me, part of me says
Dallas has the most talent.
Part of me says Dallas because if you win,
everything's.
I mean, if you just win in Dallas, it's phenomenal. The problem is somehow Dallas is always going to Dallas. But I will say this. Between Davis, Jerry Jones, and Woody Johnson, I would say this. Jerry Jones puts forth more effort to win every year. So that's why I would say Dallas. Now you got to deal with essentially Jerry Jones is this. Here's how Jerry Jones is. This is the funny thing about him. He's the owner. He's the GM. He's the lead scout. He's the head coach. He'll be the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach, whatever he feels like doing.
The dance squad, the cheerleaders.
Yeah. He's the trainer, And so if it takes a very unique personality to deal with that, and especially now that he's a little older, he's definitely set in his ways because this is his last thing, his last wish. So
how long would it take you to get into an argument with Jerry Jones as your boss?
Depends on what it was. I mean, if it's somebody like, if it's Harrison's the guy that is way better and he wants to play so-and-so, I mean, I don't even necessarily know if it's an argument. I'll just be like, all right, dude, then I'm just going to sit back and chill and then wait till it implodes. I just think Jerry Jones is as great as he's a phenomenal businessman. I remember when he came and talked to us at Harvard and had the best quote ever, and taught you a lot about respecting yourself and how aggressive you have to be, but you have to be extremely smart and really, really believe in yourself. I think he's done himself a disservice to his legacy on, what he could have done. It's always like, what if I didn't run this player out of town? What if I actually let Bill Parcells coach the team? What if I didn't pull the plug on Wade Phillips that went somewhere else and won a world championship? How many more would I and we have as Dallas Cowboy, ownership and a fan? And, Woody Johnson, I like Woody Johnson. I think he's more hands off. I just think this situation with the Jets reeks because they decided as a staff to try to infuse a sense of spark or energy into the offense. So they wanted to take play calling away from Nathaniel Hackett. That's normal. It happens all the time. Matter of fact, in Buffalo, we had Joe Pendry, and he was the offensive coordinator. Then they didn't take all of his play calling away, but they took the run play calling away and had let him focus on the passing game. That's the same thing, right? Nathaniel Hackett would have been involved in it. And then somehow Aaron Rodgers and Woody Johnson got on the phone. So obviously Aaron went and sent in theory, Aaron sent a text to Woody. They got on the phone and essentially drew the line, me or him. And then obviously the him was Robert Saleh, who was the head coach, who was essentially walking the plank ever since, Aaron Rodgers got there, and he's gone. But the problem that Aaron Rodgers did not forecast, he didn't think Brick House was going to be the head coach. That's where Woody Johnson got the power back, because he's not going to walk into Brick House's office as the head coach in his first opportunity of being a head coach. And he comes under Pete Carroll and gets strong arm. It's not going to happen. That's not even how Jeff's built. That's not even, he's a dude's dude, and he's a football 1,000%. So it's going to be interesting to see what the new offensive coordinator, which is Downing, who Jeff has a history with, because as an assistant offensive coordinator or assistant coach, that he works directly with Jeff as a defensive coordinator. The best thing Jeff can do is slowly but surely hand over the defensive calling responsibilities to an assistant, and then him go over a la Denny Green and really work with the defensive scout team, because a defensive mind run a defensive scout team can poke holes and add some strength to that offensive game plan, because he's seeing what's really going to work from a defensive standpoint versus just seeing the cards.
But can an Aaron Rodgers led Jets team, because he is leading them, and we always say be careful who you attach your card to, because they could be a stud or a mule.
Yeah.
You could end up in the ditch or out front.
Yeah.
But then how's the focus defensively going to happen when the two moves that are being made, and understanding that you now have an offensive coordinator that led Tennessee Titans offenses that have an entirely different style, entirely different read priority, different attack focus than what you've said and what we've seen in Aaron Rodgers previously.
I think it's more of the philosophy within this. The playbook's not going to change. It's more or less the mix. So it's different. It's like say like Nathaniel Hackett. Okay, here's an example. I love carrot cake. I don't eat any other carrot cake. You know what Nathaniel Hackett's carrot cake is? Carrot cake is, it's dry, no moisture in there, and it tastes like it's been sat out for like about 2 weeks. Right? They're hoping the new coordinator has a little bit more moisture in it, and it's a different little bit mix to get a better outcome. That's the best analogy I can give you. But it's the same thing. It's the same cake.
Like it's a full train wreck to say
right now.
To say that you're
5 games into the season.
Right. And it's really hard to build.
Over.
you cut players that could have helped you in this system if that's what you were going to do.
It's OVER. Over. It's over.
And if you know anything about pro football, then how do you allow that to happen? How does anybody? How does Aaron Rodgers allow it to happen? How does Hackett allow it to happen? How does Ulbrich? Like Ulbrich is sitting back going,
well, Ulbrich does. I mean, he's not at fault.
It's not a fault thing, but he's sitting back going, here it is.
He's got to take advantage.
Like he's got to take it.
He's got to
take it, knowing oh boy.
Because if he does a good job here, it might not be in this cycle. They can't say you don't have head coaching experience now. This is a great opportunity for him. How this happens when you have and listen, no matter what you think about Aaron Rodgers right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. The problem is I don't really think Aaron Rodgers for quite some time has been truly invested in football. And I hate saying it because he was the baddest dude out there. But I think he lost his focus. And then when you got to New York, he had, everybody banged up Russell Wilson, right?
Yep.
Right? Having an office, having his like trainer, and then he had his media people on the road, right? He had to get an extra hotel room. What's the difference in Aaron Rodgers bringing all his buddies in?
Well, we know the difference.
Well, okay. Yeah, but I'm just talking about it's the same result.
Well, that's just that's kind of my point
in a different way. And you know what the common factor is? You don't know what the common factor is?
What is it? Ego?
No, Nathaniel Hackett. It's Nathaniel Hackett.
Well, if you said to me
he was the head coach in Denver, he was the OC. He's his name. He's the blame.
If you said to me, Aaron Rodgers this season is going to be the same as Russell Wilson's last year, same expectations at the beginning of the year, new situation, new environment, all those things in play. Hey, everybody's excited. That's right. And then left turn straight into the ditch. And everybody's standing around going, man, we should have saw that coming. No, somebody drove it there.
Hold on. I'll take Russell Wilson as a player last year in this version of Aaron Rodgers because he actually played well. Sean Payton just had it out for him.
Yeah.
They asked this man to give back money. It was kind of like Albert Hainsworth when Shanahan was like, give me back some money.
Yeah.
It ain't happening, right? So I'll take that. I'll say this. I would take Aaron Rodgers with Russell Wilson's production from this day on. Last year when he was in Denver through all the adversity, right? Russell, oddly enough, adapted and was a true professional.
He played through. He didn't throw anybody under the bus.
Right. He was productive.
He had good stats.
He didn't have Garrett Wilson. He didn't have Alan Lazard. He didn't have Hall and Braylon Allen and all that. He didn't have that, but he still performed.
You know what's really interesting in this? That Garrett Wilson has been so quiet.
Because he's been messing up,
right? But
he had a lot to say.
But doesn't that silence say a lot?
Yeah, because he ain't been balling. I mean, and I will say this: this also falls back on Aaron Rodgers. So if Aaron Rodgers is not there for mandatory minicamp, he's definitely not there for optional. So where's the continuity? Where can you? We see it here. Dylan took those dudes and they went and thrown for like 2 weeks. You can't get continuity like that. You got to be the reason why him and Devontae Adams were so good is because they essentially knew what he knew what Devontae was going to do. Devontae knew what he was going to do. You're here with Garrett Wilson, and you're gone. So there's no way you can be on the same page because you're not getting the same preseason game. Like you're not playing in the preseason.
Yeah, you're not getting work.
So you're trying to get an end product without putting in the production or without the work. It's not going to work. But I guarantee you at the end of the season, there's one person that won't be blamed. And that's Ron. And that's the sad truth of what is now somewhat being his legacy. I think his reality of where he is going to change severely here if they don't go on a magical run.
I would just say this. I know New Jersey is one of the last places I want to be and not deliver.
And you don't want to do it with the Jets. Because them fans are roguish.
Hey, man. Good luck to
They're
you.
rogues.
Good luck to
They're
you,
rogues. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to get into Pick'em. We got a lot of top 25 games, Big 10 games. We got a couple texts here in regards to VJ and Notre Dame. Notre Dummies, as we call them in our house. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, sir. Second segment, 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison, old school crew. Again, coming at you live before the Royals try to get that get back and tie it up with the Yankees. They're down 2-1. 6:30 is about to start popping.
The Guardians up 1-0
Yeah.
over the Tigers in inning 2. They get a run early. Kirk Gibson threw out the first pitch for the Tigers today.
There it is.
Bringing out old Deuce Trey.
I wonder if he still got that limp.
He does.
There it is.
He does. He does. 100%.
We're back in. We're talking a little college football. It's supposed to be a great weekend. Some tough matchups, big games. You got some new age blue bloods. Squaring off. First time in some time, obviously, with conference realignment. They got some sneaky good games with a lot on the line inside the Big Ten. So we'll go a little bit of rapid pace. There's where we'll even start DP with your home away from home school. Utah Utes going on the road against an upstart Arizona State team. Now, I'm picking Utah, but I think it's going to be a tougher matchup than initially thought, let's say, before the season, excuse me. Utah's favored by just 5.5 points. But what do you think?
Well, I think they're 12 points better.
Yeah.
Rising or not, I think they're better. But it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And I think the Utes pull away late. I think the 3 quarters, it's a slobber knocker in a closet. Won't be much offense. It'll be a whole lot of defense and then turnovers. And then finally Utah will figure out how to put 2 late scores up to get it done. But yeah, that's how I look at it. I like the Arizona State team.
I do. I like the coach. I like the defense. I like what he's doing. Definitely energetic.
And it's gonna be 100 degrees.
Yeah, that's their equalizer.
But I mean, normally that's the equalizer. But Utah's used to working.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, and I think again, you get the big boys leaning against you for 3 quarters, and I think that's the advantage.
Yeah, I think Utah win by 10 points. What do you think, Harrison?
Yeah, I'm going Utah.
Utah.
I'd be lying to you if I said I checked out a lot of Arizona State football, but I haven't watched Utah.
Yeah, Utah's they're the same rinse and repeat. This is when I think they slowly but surely start moving back up, inching towards that top 12. Another game here normally wouldn't be a big game if Nicky Saban was still coaching and Alabama hadn't done something that's really probably will never be seen, at least by probably us three, ever again in our lifetime, which is lose to Vanderbilt on the road. Now they have South Carolina, an upstart South Carolina team, coming down to Bama, Bryant-Denny Stadium. I'm picking Bama because they're mad. I think the reality check has been in the phone lines have been lit up all week. I think they're going to win big. They're favored by 21, but I'm picking Bama big.
Yeah, if this was in Columbia, I might circle it and say,
upset special.
I have your eyes to it.
Yeah.
But no, there's no way Tuscaloosa is going to look poorly this weekend. They
better get off to a fast start.
Yeah, and I mean I think it has to be a big finish.
Right.
Like this is one that they get Carolina and they're up and they keep
pouring it on.
Yep, they keep it going.
What do you think, Harris?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Alabama. I think Alabama's gonna get it in some shootouts because that defense is
leaky,
suspect
at best,
shaky.
Yeah.
Shaky.
And there's matchups we'll see. I think I got Tennessee later in the year, but give me Bama.
Yeah.
Cover the spread as well. They're gonna be pissed heading into this.
And this game here is a interesting game. It's inside the Big Ten, so we're gonna jump all over the place. It's Washington at Iowa. I think this is interesting because Iowa's offense has been inept. And but Washington's offense has been actually really, really good, except for they decide to shoot themselves in the foot. They'll outgain you, they'll out yardage you, they'll out first down you, they'll get you turned over on defense. But now they face the ultimate test, which is Iowa's cover 3 on the road. I think Washington's the better team. I really do. I think they're more talented. I think they're the better team. But I think Iowa will just find a way to just win 17-14. And it'll be the fastest game that Washington's ever played because Iowa's just they're starting to crank up the run game. Reluctantly, I'm going to pick Iowa. I want Washington to win, but I can't pick against Iowa.
I am full Huskies on this one.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope I'm right. I'm wrong.
I think their ability to stretch Iowa defensively, and then in the important side of it, their playmakers are just better. Skill position guys, they're just better. And bigs relative to it, like Washington's bigs versus Iowa's bigs, Washington's faced some big boys already. They've already done that. You're not going to impress them by lining up, trying to hold stand and be there. They're going to make you move a little bit. And I think Washington has that advantage. All Huskies.
Iowa kills me to say it, but until you play Iowa and get used to playing Iowa and how they like to do it,
Iowa just makes your stomach hurt. They just give you a little indigestion. Everything about them. But I respect Iowa in the program. The next game here is the Red River Shootout. Texas at Oklahoma. You just never know who's going to win. It's Texas at Oklahoma, but it's always played in the Cotton Bowl.
What's the spread on that one?
It's Texas by 14.5. I'm picking Texas.
Yeah,
they've looked. I'm gonna tell you what, they're ranked number 1. I think they've looked the best all year long. Not sure what you guys think, but I'm picking Texas. I think Oklahoma, especially, I think they're gonna blow Oklahoma out and keep pouring it on because Oklahoma, obviously, you essentially ran Dylan Gabriel out of town, which is you had pretty much a Heisman hopeful there, and the quarterback Arnold, who was a 5-star recruit, who you thought was going to be the next Caleb Williams, so forth and so on, is already on the bench. That lets me know you can't score points. You play Texas, you better be able to score. Texas first, second, and third level is superior to Oklahoma's offense. I think Texas wins big.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what Oklahoma does offensively. Against this Texas team, we give our eyes are too much on Texas's offense.
Yeah.
So what does Oklahoma do in a game that matters? And we know they're going to fight. The question is,
are you good enough?
Are you just good enough? But this is a weird football year. Again, Alabama thump, Georgia thump. Like we've watched everybody else kick themselves straight big toe into the corner of the bed. And what better opportunity for Texas to crap the bed and make this season as bananas as possible.
I would like it because I hate Texas, but I just think they're just too good.
So I'm going to be that dude that says the Red River shootout becomes everything that it's supposed to be, and that the Sooners, horns down, baby.
I'll be cool with
horns
that.
down.
Hey, why not? It's the
Horns down.
first time that we get 12-team
Yeah.
playoff. What about you, Harris?
Yeah, I got Texas. I will say though, I hope we get DP Slate. That'd be a great day of college football.
It
so
would be
far.
great, right? It'd definitely be a really good week of radio going to next week. The next game is James Franklin talked about how hard it was to get out of Happy Valley, to get out to LA. They had to go all the way down to Harrisburg, which is a 2-hour drive to get a plane big enough to go out to LA, and it's a 5.5, 6-hour flight. Penn State, I think, arrives out there a little bit upset and PO'd, but I'm going to pick USC. And here's why. Hold on. Harrison, dang, Harrison, are we okay?
Yeah,
I don't like the
he over there beatboxing.
Yeah, man. You part of the Fat Boys? Dang. Here's why I'm going to pick USC. One thing that USC has shown you that they can do is score points. The one thing Penn State hasn't shown me what they can do is score points. I like it because USC is at home. If they played in a neutral site or at Penn State, I'm going Penn State. I'm going USC. Penn State's not number 4.
I don't think they're number 4, but
Yeah.
I think they're better than USC.
I think they're better in USC. I think LSU's better in USC, but they can't score points.
It's going to be weird juice at Memorial Coliseum. It's going to be weird juice. That's a big room. And Penn State likes to think, and again, this is a Rose Bowl. So Penn State fans know how to travel to LA. They know how to get to the Rose Bowl.
They sell packages for this.
Right? That they know how to do this. But here's the thing. Penn State has to look at the point spread and say, what's going on? Only a field goal? We're number 4. USC's lost twice already. I cannot fathom this USC team being 500 after a loss to Penn State. Everything in my head says number 1 goes down, number 4 goes down. Penn State goes down to USC.
Harrison? We know who
Penn
you
State.
picking.
Yeah, I'm going Penn State. The USC just took a tough loss to Minnesota. To me, Penn State is just Minnesota on rules.
Yeah, I like that, but I just think the travel that will take a lot out of a team like Penn State. And if Penn State doesn't come in and run the ball, I don't think Aller is good enough to throw it with Moss. I think Moss can match him throw for throw, or actually Aller's going to have a hard time matching throw for throw. But USC
Moss is the best player on the field.
Yeah.
That often in these games we get caught up in the culture and all those things, and then sometimes it's just the best player at home.
He's a dude. But I think it's going to be a good game. I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State, as much as I picked USC, I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State goes out there and beats them by 14 either, considering the way USC doesn't play defense. This game right here, prime time, Ohio State, 2-3 at Oregon. Man, Ohio State favored by 3. I think it's a toss-up.
It's at Oregon, you said?
It's at Oregon. Chip Kelly's going back to where he, originated and got his stardom. I'm going to pick Ohio State for the simple fact their defense is legit, and I think Chip Kelly will call a better game than he called last week against a Oregon defense that's pretty good, but not great, not as good as they were last
year. Every part of me has to ask the question, who's the best player on the field? And I'm not sure that's not Dylan Gabriel. I'm not sure that at home in this space, are we really going to?
If he plays great,
is Will Howard in that conversation?
No, but everybody else they got
got some dudes.
Smith is the best player on the field,
but Will Howard is the hiccup. He's the hiccup. Hey man,
yeah. We need
that's the hiccup.
Yeah, we got to get you up to Brad Johnson, brother.
Right,
yeah.
That's the hiccup. So that's where I lean in that. I think the Ducks make the Big Ten really interesting by getting this stuff up.
This is just the first one. The rubber match will be the championship.
Yeah, 100%.
Who you got?
Give me the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
Yeah, until they prove me wrong, I'm going to roll with them.
Here we go. This is the most interesting game this weekend. And then we'll go to break after this. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, what they call a hotty toddy, coming off a disappointing home loss to Kentucky at LSU at night in Death Valley. You remember when Ed Orgeron said this is where dreams come to die? Brian Kelly, you better get your boys going with Lacey. Coming off of a bye week, facing a team that's wounded. Because if Ole Miss misses this game, the layup year that with all their NIL money that they put into it, re-upping with Lane Kiffin, the schedule set up for them, they should be into the 12-team playoff. Those dreams are gone. The pressure is on Ole Miss. Ole Miss has shown me over time, and I can't even believe I'm saying this because Brian Kelly has shown me over time that he can't do it. I just think Death Valley wins this game. For whatever voodoo they do down there in the state of Louisiana, it's going to be, put on Ole Miss. I'm picking LSU it's not Brian Kelly. I think they have a better quarterback, and I think they have better skill guys. I don't think they have a better coach, but I think they have better voodoo. I'm going LSU.
It's Saturday night at the Bayou, baby. Like, that's Saturday night. That's a different deal. That's a different deal.
Dreams go to die.
Well, and the last time I was there on a Saturday night, it was Ole Miss and LSU and an overtime banger that LSU won. No, I believe Ole Miss won that one in an upset. I'm going to go with the Bayou Bengals.
Harrison?
I'm taking LSU.
Yeah, I'm going LSU as well.
Yeah.
This one comes down to just like, who's at home?
Yeah.
I don't feel good about either team here.
Yeah, because both of them ain't played up the potential this year. I think LSU is desperate. Brian Kelly's desperate, and I think when you get those type of athletes down there, they're gonna, put together the victory. So we're gonna take a quick break, come back, and we'll do one more game on the short segment. We'll do Kansas State at Colorado. Give us a couple minutes to think about it. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through October 15th is $2 off tray packaged ground beef, $2 off hot dogs, 15% off cookbooks, and buy one, get one 50% off on hardcore carnivore seasoning. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
And experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
The Rabbit Hole Bakery, located at 8th and Q in the Haymarket, is the ideal place for fresh breakfast items or desserts made daily. Cream puffs, cinnamon rolls, carrot cake, sweet potato, pecan cookies, brownies, blondies. Do I need to keep going? What about bread pudding with homemade bourbon caramel sauce? Stop by the Rabbit Hole Bakery at 8th and Q in the Haymarket today to satisfy your cravings. And if you're looking for larger group orders, they do that too. Order ahead on their website at therabbitholebakery.com today.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Is your phone system holding you back? We know how important smooth, reliable communication is for your success. Whether your team is working from the office or on the go, you need a phone system that keeps up with your busy day. At Hamilton, we offer business phone systems that adapt to your needs, making every call clear and every connection simple. Upgrade to a Hamilton business phone system where advanced features meet unmatched reliability. Are you ready to transform how you communicate? Better phones, better business. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with a light south breeze. An afternoon high around 88. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds and an afternoon high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick segment. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison putting a bow on this Thursday. Did our pick'ems, man. A lot of good. Everybody, like myself, like everybody else, excited for this weekend. But one more game. Obviously, it doesn't have much national championship, I guess, on prowess on the line. But nevertheless, it's the upstart Colorado Buffaloes, fresh off of 2 victories after getting a shellacked by Nebraska, bye week, playing Kansas State at Colorado too. The game is late. I think it's like 9:30, 10. It's late night, Pac-12 or Big 12 at night. I don't know. Colorado, just for whatever reason, they're playing, Colorado State game, obviously, last second Hail Mary, but then they beat the brakes off of Baylor pretty good. And then went on after that, going down to UCF, which UCF was ranked at the time, and they worked them over pretty good. Whew. I guess I'm gonna pick Colorado. It's hard for me to pick against Kansas State. But I don't think Kansas State is Kansas State this year, but I'm gonna pick Colorado.
Shout out to our dude Whitey. He's a K-State guy, but I can't do this. Colorado has too many playmakers in vital positions that can get their hand on the ball.
Yeah, and the other guys are the guys besides Travis Hunter are starting the ball. And that's
we knew
where
about Horn early on. I mean, he's always been a factor.
You got Shepard, and what's the number 10 is what, Wilson, I think. It was 10, 14, 5, and 12. That's 4 dudes right there. So
I think it is Wilson.
Yeah. So they got it going. I'm Colorado. DP's Colorado. What do you think, Harris?
K-State.
K-State?
Yeah, give me Kansas State.
Yeah. Oh, and it's return of Dylan Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
What if he still got his old apartment up there? Let's go break bread. Anyways, yeah, I mean, look good. I love to pick them. Great weekend starting tonight, obviously, with Thursday Night Football, NFL. Great weekend of football on tap. But we got one more day of radio. We'll take a little bit of hiatus till tomorrow. But Thirsty Thursday, Kevin Meyer Cork and Bottle, Mercado, thank you for the support. Old School in the house. Go Royals. They're going to be going off here at about 7, but we got pregame at 6:30, right?
Yep, that's correct. 6:30, and we'll switch over on the brick and mortar. But up until then, me and Chance of Brewington, What's Brewing? We'll have that from 6 to 7. You can hop on the streams when we switch over.
There it is. Chancer's making waves for himself, doing a great job, too. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make.